What's up, guys? I'm back again. So today we're going to cover how to make a simple overlay for your stream or your content creation for YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're putting your videos at. If you want to know how to set that up in your OBS software, then please check out the last video. I explain how to do all of that. In the meantime, we're going to jump right into it. Just I'm using Photoshop today. I do recommend that you go through and download from the interwebs any of the logos you're going to need for your social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, etc., Snapchat, Instagrams, whatever you're using. I'm personally only using a couple of those, and now I'll show you how to integrate that into your system. If you guys enjoy the content I'm creating for you, then please like the videos and subscribe. That way you're getting notified of anything in the future, and it's letting me know that I've got some people that are following me along on this. If you have any questions or concerns about any of the things that you've seen in the video so far, please comment on the video that is in reference to it, or hit me up on social medias. I'll leave all my links in the descriptions. That way you guys can follow along. Anyways, guys, if you want to know how to create a very simple overlay for your content creation or your Twitch stream, then stay tuned. Alright guys, I got Photoshop loaded up here, and we're just going to run through real quick how to create the simple overlay. File, New, and we're just going to call this Simple Overlay. Now I do recommend doing it in 1080p. If your resolution on screen for your game capture is smaller, you can just resize it in OBS. No biggie. Hit OK. And now we have a white screen. To get rid of this white screen, we're going to double click the layer called background. Name this to transparent background and hit the enter button. Now you see that little lock disappeared right there. But we still have a white screen and we want to get rid of that. So I'm going to use the magic wand tool right there on the left. Click the screen, and now you'll see a dotted line going around the entirety of the screen. And then you just hit delete on your keyboard, and then Control D to deselect. Now we have our transparent background. Now what we want to do first is add this webcam border in the corner like I did on mine. So we're going to create a new. And honestly, you don't have to rename it to anything because I'm not going to save it. I do recommend the same size if you're using 1080p. If you're using 720p, then resize it to what your webcam is, and you can adjust accordingly. Hit the OK button, and then same thought process. Alright, now that we have this, we're going to do just a straight fill color on this background here. I'm going to choose my color here, which I already have. You can make this whatever color you want. There's different colors in this spectrum. Pretty much anything and everything you can imagine, but I like this purple, so we're going to do that. I'm going to grab the photo bucket right here, or paint bucket rather, and fill the whole background. Oh, pretty and purple. So now we want to kind of get rid of the inside of this. That way we have our border. So what I'll usually do is I'll grab from the corner here. I'll grab this out about an inch, and you can see the ruler display up the top there. Boom. And then same thing will follow there. You kind of have to gauge that a little bit, so you know that you're right there, and I want to go to right there. So now we have an inch on the left and an inch on the right roughly, and then we'll do the same thing as follows on the bottom and the top. So there's that. What I'm doing is grabbing the ruler and dragging down, and you'll see that the line will follow me in accordance. Right on the mark there. Ta-da! Alright, now the reason for this is kind of a guideline, and I also usually like to do the middle of it too, just so I know. And you can kind of slide around and it'll lock into place. So I know where each of my sectors are here. the middle part isn't necessary for what we're doing, but for future stuff you might want to. So now I'm going to use this rectangle selection tool, and I'll line up the cursor with that corner, drag and line up this corner here. Perfect. Now we have everything selected. I'm just going to hit delete, and you'll notice that the border is intact and the middle is gone. Now if I go to this move tool right here, I can grab this whole image. Just kidding, you need to hit Control D first so it's not selected, and then you notice I can move this whole image around. So I'm taking to simply drag it to here, and boom. Now you know if you see it's fitting this, and I don't want it to. So we're going to hit Control T, and that's your transform section, and you can hold Shift and drag this to your corner, wherever you want it to be. And hit the check mark, and voila. It is important that you hit Shift while selecting, otherwise it's going to skew the frame, which in some instances you might want to do. It just depends on how you're creating your webcam overlay. Now I'm going to grab the rectangle selection tool here, and I'm going to come down to, let's start off with doing the middle. In the middle of lock right there. Alright, so now I see my guidelines for the center, and I'm going to come down about an inch here. Now I can select the section that I need to. And I try to butt it up right against that. So now this top little section is selected for us, and I'm just going to paint it. I notice that isn't all the way right there. What you can do to fix that is I'll usually just grab that Control T, and you can almost stretch it out. Now I didn't create that rectangle on a different layer, and I should have, so what I need to do is go back in. There's a new layer button right here. And something I recommend doing, you can go through and rename each of your layers something. Once again, just keep it organized. And now on layer 2, and now it's selected, I'll do the same process, which is do the photo bucket tool, paint it, and now it's not all the way over. Hit Control T, and this one I want to skew a little bit. Now it's just a painted color, and I'm not going to see the edges anywhere, so I'm not too worried about it. Hit the check mark, and you're done. So now it kind of blends in to everything you got going on there. And now it's time to start adding this stuff up here. Hit the text button, and I have the same name for everything. If you created your social medias and stuff already, you probably have the same name for everything just to keep it concrete. So I'm gonna simply just type at for Hoof 91 Games. There we go. Now it's a little bit larger than I actually wanted it to be. And the way to fix that is I'm just going to highlight the whole kick-a-boodle. I'm going to resize that. That's a little too small. And I need a... There we go. So I had the @ symbol there, and I wanted to keep it. And I want to do this a little bit different than the last video I showed you with my overlay, because it's every social media thing I use is at Hoof 91 Games. So then I can just add in my buttons right here and it'll be done. The last bit of text you want to, and I'm going to get rid of this because that kind of disappeared out of nowhere. Alright. The other piece of text that I'll usually put in is right here. You'll notice I have a my name in very small writing. So I'm going to do like 24 points and find something simple to put my name there. And you can't see it yet, but you can kind of see that I'm making adjustments to it and it's there. And I'm going to do something to make that pop out here in a second. There you go. So 391, put that there. Alright, so we're going to create a new layer. And now is when you're going to open up and find all of your social media tags here. So I got Twitch. I'm going to hold control and click Facebook. As a matter of fact, I actually have Twitch and Facebook right there. And I have a YouTube button here as well. And this is what happens when you don't stay completely organized, and why I say it's important that you do. If you're missing a logo of some sort, all you have to do is go to the good old Googles, and I will bring this screen on. Go to Google, search for whatever logo you're missing. And a lot of times there's a transparent ping file already there. If you select that out, then all you have to do is notice that the background's gone. View image, right click, save image as, and I'll just do that. And what we'll do is I can now open up that file. Should have been saved in the same place. There it is. Perfect. So you'll notice that a couple of these, like this one right here, I have that white background. And so we're going to do the same thing with this that we did with everything else. So click the layer background to unlock it, magic wand it, and you can delete around the two icons that you want. And now that they're transparent, I can select which icon I want, move it over, boom. Same thing. And I do recommend moving all these over before you resize them, because you want to try to get them the same size across the board that you can, or similar sizing. Alright, now that we have all four of these items on screen, I'm going to hit Control T and we're going to resize one. And kind of move this up here to make sure that everything fits the right way. And that should be good. I'm going to just a few more, and this is important. You hold shift on everything you do. Perfect. Alright, so now that I've got all my square ones here, Control T for transform. Now you notice that coloration matches what I have going on up here, and I'll fix that myself here in a second. But now what we're going to do is we want to match the Facebook and the Twitter images, which should be the same size thanks to that screen. So I can select both of them, and I should be able to resize both at the same time. Oh. Now, so it's important to hold shift. my goodness. Alright, and they're about the same size there. So now I'm gonna hit the check mark, and we're just gonna select each one individually. And they fit perfectly. So what you can do is usually I'll try to line it up with the words. And this is where guidelines kind of come into play. So I know that the end of my word ends there. So what I'll do is I'll mark where it kind of stops at. And I'm going to do about a 1/2 inch spacing between these. So I know now that my move tool's on, and I've got Facebook selected, the icon there, I can move this over with the arrow buttons on the keyboard and line it up perfectly and adjust to fit. Same thing here. And grab the end of the icon, and then we are going to add about a 1/2 inch. So we're back about there. And we'll do so on and so forth. You notice these lines that keep popping across. It's to help line things up. About a 1/2 inch there. Not being too OCD with this just because. Whoop. Like I said, I'm going to fix this in a second. And then the last icon. Now what I'll do to each of these is to make them pop, usually on a black folder, I hit the FX button right here while selecting a layer. And I'll add stroke. On the YouTube one, I don't like how that looks, so we're not going to do that. Now on the Twitch one, I'm going to probably have to do it. And see, I don't like how that looks either. Another way to fix that is you can actually magnify into the item in which you want. We're going to go over here. Let's make the color something different. I can paint white into all of that. We'll set that back down to 67%. Or apparently 674. There we go. Okay, so now you see it kind of pops more when it's white. And that's fine too. I like that. I will go to this text with your name right under your webcam, and we can hit the FX tool, stroke, and OK. So now see my name pops a little bit better. You can do the same thing there and just kind of use your judgment on how you think it looks best. And then the last thing I'll do, I'll create a new layer here, and I'm going to take, flop this colors back so my purple's on top, and find the paintbrush tool, which always escapes me, and I haven't figured out why. Oh, there it is, underneath pencil. And what you can do is you can hold shift and you'll kind of paint in a straight line. So I'll grab right there and we'll paint all the way across. Oh, you guys, undo anything that you do by accident. Just Control-Z it. I'm gonna do the same thing here. paint inside that. That way I got the whole thing filled. Now this looks kind of goofy. I'm going to remove tool here, and I'm going to move this down below the background. Still looks goofy, and you can take the opacity and shove it down. What this is going to do for you is going to add a nice little like kind of shadow effect around the webcam and the border of this. You don't want the opacity to be too high because you don't want to mess up with what it's actually capturing as far as gameplay and stuff, but it gives enough of an effect that you can see this for Hoof 91 or your name there. It just adds an accent, and in my opinion it looks nice, and I've used that for a while. And this is it, guys. What you're going to do from here is hit File, Save As, and you want to save this, save it as a .psd, that way you can go back and edit it if something doesn't look right. Or you can save, and actually not or, and then save it as a .png file as well. I should ask you the ping options, the compression, that doesn't really matter. Boom. Now if I go to view this file, boom. All nice and clear in the background, and your gameplay content will go in there, and you just fit your webcam in that box however you see fit. But super simplistic, just something nice, clean cut, looks great. You can do a multitude of different things here. If you wanted to make the purples on this stuff, you know, be a gradient, you can go through and make it a gradient. You know, it's not that hard. Maybe add some flair to the text or anything like that. You can do. Just completely up to you. In my opinion, this works for basic beginner level stuff. Anyways, I know this is a longer video, guys, and I appreciate you following along. If you have any questions, concerns with anything, if I didn't cover something clearly enough, please leave a comment down below or shoot me a message on social media. I'm more than happy to help you out. If it's something that's too complicated to just tell you in words, I will make another video for it. Also, guys, if you like the videos I've been creating for you, then please like and subscribe to my channel. That way you get notified of everything in the future that I do, whether it's gameplay, streams, more stuff to benefit you and learning how to set up Twitch stuff. And that is it for me this time, guys. So until next time, peace.